The night Stellara was born, the sky trembled.
In a world where every child was born blind, she opened golden eyes and saw everything. Before her first cry could fade, a shadow stole her mother from the sky, and the elders made a terrifying decision. This child is a prophecy. She must not live, but they were wrong. The village elder screamed, warning, this child is a prophecy. She must not live. Stellara's first breath was her first act of rebellion against a destiny they all feared. As Shadow whispered, villagers turned against her, and a powerful sorceress hunts her from within. Stellara must face impossible trials, floating islands that shatter, storms that think, and a truth about her family that could break her heart. If she fails, the moon is lost forever. If she succeeds, the sky itself will change. This is not just a story of magic. It is a story of betrayal, courage, and a girl who dared to steal the moon. The night Stellara was born, the floating island of Luminera shivered. Every child in the village was born blind, yet her eyes glowed gold, piercing the twilight like twin suns. The villagers gasped. Whispers spread. She sees everything. Before anyone could react, a shadow leaped from the cloud and snatched the newborn Stellara's mother, vanished into thin mist. The village elder screamed, warning, this child is a prophecy. She must not live. Stellara's first breath was her first act of rebellion against a destiny they all feared. By her 5th year, Stellara could see hidden paths, spirits trapped in glass lanterns, and the truth behind lies. Villagers avoided her, calling her the Eye of Luminera. Lady Conversa, her adopted guardian, smiled privately. Eyes or no eyes, she must serve my way. Stellara discovered a floating bridge that wasn't on any map, a shimmering path towards the moon's prison. Her heart raced. If I follow this, I may never return. One evening, Shadow began to speak. They hissed of an ancient curse. The moon had been stolen centuries ago, leaving the island in the perpetual dusk. Only someone with eyes that see the unseen could restore it. Stellara touched her gold eyes and gasped visions of a massive silver cage in the clouds, glowing, tethered to a dark tower. A shadow flickered behind her. Someone or something was watching. Stars fell from the sky, striking rooftops and setting floating gardens ablaze. Stellara ran toward the tallest spire. Lady Conversa appeared, whispering venomously, "You will destroy everything if you try to live." Before Stellara could answer, a silver star crashed into her hand. She could feel its heartbeat. The villagers panicked, thinking the child had caused the sky. Stellara's adventure had officially begun. While exploring a hidden canyon in the clouds, Stellara encountered a massive floating beast with wings of shadow and eyes of fire. It demanded a riddle. Answer wrong and you fall into the abyss. Stellara hesitated, then whispered a truth no one knew. The beast's wings had been shackled by fear. The creature bowed. She had earned an ally, though its loyalty came with a warning. The closer you get to the moon, the darker the betrayal. Stellara discovered a mirror that showed no reflections, but intentions. Villagers approached, smiling, but the mirror revealed their envy and lies. Lady Conversa's image flickered, revealing her plan to use Stellara's eyes to enslave the moon's spirit and rule the skies forever. Stellara clenched her fist. She realized the prophecy was not only her chance to save the island, it was a trap. In Luminera, rivers flowed upward into the sky, carrying glowing fish that whispered secrets of the past. Stellara followed them, learning the truth of her lineage. Her parents had been guardians of the moon's lost power. A sudden swirl of water pulled her into a vortex. Screaming, she realized she was falling into a world of floating fire and stone, the first trial of the moon's prison. Back home, villagers whispered lies about Selara. She stole the light from the sky. They armed themselves with nets and ropes sent by Lady Covesa. Selara returned just as the first trap fell. She barely dodged the net, feeling betrayal in every familiar voice. Her heart burned. Even those I trusted fear what they cannot understand. Selara found the sky forged, a hidden place where clouds became solid bridges and lightning was tamed into a weapon. A guardian spirit warned her, only one with pure sight may wield the sky. Selara reached for a rod of silver lightning, but the moment her fingers touched it, vision of Lady Covesa shattering the island flashed before her. The rod hums in her hands. Power and danger are inseparable. Using her newfound power, Selara launched herself into the storm above the island. The clouds roared and lightning struck around her. Villagers watched from below, terrified, as the golden-eyed girl soared higher than anyone had ever dared. Suddenly, a massive hand of shadow reached from the clouds, grabbing her wing. Selara screamed, "If I fall, I take the moon with me." The chapter ends with her, suspended between sky and darkness. Selara dangled in the storm, held by the giant hand of shadow. Its touch burned like cold fire. "Who dares fly with the eyes of prophecy?" a voice hissed. Selara stared into the abyss and whispered, "I do." Her golden eyes flared, and the shadow recoiled, but not completely. She realized this enemy was not one creature, but a fragment of Lady Covesa. Dark magic waiting to consume her courage. Clouds swirled into faces, speaking in radius. Turn back or lose what you hold most dear. Selara saw visions of her parents trapped in silver cages among the stars. One whispered, "Only by stealing the moon can you free us." Her heart ached, but determination surged. She would not fail, even if the clouds themselves tried to scare her. She landed on an island made entirely of fragile glass, shimmering beneath the eternal twilight. Every step echoed, threatening to shatter the world beneath her feet. A voice from the sky challenged her. "Prove your worth. Step wrong and the island collapses." Selara balanced on a glass bridge as it cracked beneath her weight. She jumped just in time, leaving behind a massive fissure that almost swallowed her. The moon was missing, plunging the floating island into endless dusk. Shadows lengthened and became creatures. Wolves with smoke for fur, serpents with eyes of ember. Selara realized, without the moon, the islands were turning against her. One wolf lunged, her golden eyes lit, a path freezing its mid-air. The villagers below whispered fearfully, "She bends night itself." A colossal serpent of lightning and cloud appeared, coiling around the floating spire. "To pass, you must answer. What weighs more, fear or hope?" it hissed. Celera's heart beat fast. "Hope?" she said, trusting what the stars had shown her. The serpent froze, then dissolved into mist, leaving a glowing key suspended in the air, the key to the moon's prison. Lady Covesa had followed Celera, invisible to the world. Using dark magic, she whispered into the villagers' ears, "The girl is dangerous. Blind her before she steals the moon." At that moment, Celera felt her power flicker. She turned. No one was there. The wind carried faint laughter. "They think they control destiny, but I will show them through blindness." Covesa's voice echoed ominously. Celera entered a labyrinth of mirrors hanging in the sky. Each reflected a different version of herself. Afraid, angry, hopeless, victorious. One mirror whispered, "Choose the wrong self and you vanish forever." Celera focused on her golden eyes, on the real truth inside her. The mirror shattered, revealing a hidden bridge to the moon's prison. Her courage was the only path forward. The moon hung trapped in a colossal cage of silver and cloud. Its glow dimmed with sadness. As Celera approached, chains of darkness lashed at her, trying to blind her golden eyes. She realized this was not ordinary prison. It fed on fear. Her heartbeat surged. One wrong step and the moon would vanish forever. She raised her hand and whispered, "I am not afraid," and the chains recoiled. Conversa appeared in full form, cloaked in black lightning. "You are too bold, child," she snarled. "The moon will be mine, not yours." The villagers watching from below gasped as the sky tore open with lightning. Celera felt the weight of destiny, the whisper of ancestors, and the pulse of the floating island in her veins. She realized she had only one chance to stop Conversa before the moon was lost forever. Celera lunged at Conversa, eyes blazing. The dark energy between them clashed, sending shock waves through the floating island. Trees of silver shattered, rivers of light swirled into the sky. Conversa sneered, "Even your golden eyes cannot stop me." Celera's hands glowed. A fragment of moonlight shot into her palms. But as she prepared the final strike, Conversa whispered a name only Celera knew, the name of her missing mother, revealing a secret that could destroy her resolve. Celera discovered a thin veil of shimmering moonlight around the prison. Every time she touched it, memories of the mother flickered in her mind, giving her strength but also doubt. A voice whispered, "To reach the moon, you must surrender what you love most." She hesitated, torn between the fragment of family she had never known and her mission. Lady Conversa conjured a storm of mirrors, each reflecting Celera's deepest fears: losing the moon, being abandoned, failing her ancestors. Celera felt the sky twist and turn around her. One mirror showed the floating island burning. She realized the fight was not just for the moon, it was for the survivor of her world. A bridge of fire appeared, stretching across the void. It was alive, burning brighter with courage, dimming with fear. Celera stepped carefully. Every step tested her resolve. Below, the abyss roared like a living thing. One misstep, and the island would collapse. She remembered the whisper of the star. The brave reshape destiny. Celera reached the mirror's cage. A hush fell across the sky. The floating island seemed to hold their breath. Conversa appeared behind her. "This is where your story ends," she said. Lightning eggs around them. Celera's eyes glowed brighter than ever. She answered, "No, this is where it begins." The silver chains binding the moon latched at Celera. Trying to snuff out her light, she dodged, twisting mid-air, each movement a dance of hope and desperation. Conversa lunged, and for the first time, Celera saw the truth of the villain. She was not evil by birth, but consumed by loss and envy. Celera's heart wavered. Could she save Conversa too? Celera plunged into the center of the storm. Lightning and wind bent around her, forming a tunnel of chaos. Whispers of ancestors guided her. Focus on the golden eyes. Fear is not real. A massive bolt struck near her, splitting the air. The moon paused in response, as if it recognized her courage. The villagers tried to intervene, blinded by Conversa's lies. Nets of shadow flew towards Celera. One of them, a boy she had trusted since childhood, aimed a teeter at her. Celera dodged just in time. Shocked by betrayal, her journey had become not just cosmic, but deeply personal. Celera entered a maze of floating silver towers. Each tower held a fragment of the moon, pulsating with lost light. She had to climb, leap, and fight her way through. While shadows whispered, trying to trick her into surrender. At the final tower, she found a silver door. Behind it, the full moon glowing faintly, chained in darkness. Confessor appeared before the moon, dark lightning crackling around her. "Give me the moon," she demanded, "or I destroy everything you love." Celara hesitated, remembering the fragment of her family, the floating island, the villagers, everything she had fought to protect. Confessor smirked. "Do you choose power or love?" Celara's golden eyes flared, casting a blinding light. The chains of shadows screeched and melted under the pure energy of her courage. Confessor screamed as the light consumed her shadow. But Celara hesitated, refusing to destroy the woman entirely. The moon began to rise, its glow spreading across the island, but a final unseen chain snapped, sending a pulse of darkness towards Luminera. The pulse of darkness from the snap chain surged across Luminera, swallowing villages in shadow. Celara's heart pounded. Every step she had taken led her to this moment. She raised her hands, channeling her golden light, but the darkness twisted, forming a giant serpent of shadow, hissing, "Your courage is nothing." Celara soared through the sky, chased by the shadow serpent. Stars fell like shards of glass around her. She realized she had to face her fear, not run. Looking into the serpent's eye, she saw reflections of her own doubts. Her golden eyes flared, and the creature froze mid-air. From the smoke below, the boy who had aimed the Tida revealed himself. He was under Confessor's control, enchanted to betray her. Celara's heart wavered. Could she trust him now? He whispered, "I can help you break her magic, but only if you forgive me." Celara's eyes softened. Forgiveness became a weapon, sharper than anger. The moon's prison glowed with a portal leading directly to the heart of Confessor's fortress. Celara lived, carried by her courage and the boy's guidance. Inside, corridors of swirling darkness threatened to erase her memory. Every step tested her resolve. "Forget the moon, forget yourself," the shadows taunted. Celara gritted her teeth, holding onto the vision of Luminera's light. Celara confronted Confessor. The woman's lightning cloak dissolved, revealing a sorrowful broken figure beneath. "My heart was stolen by fear. My envy became my prison," Confessor whispered. Celara realized the battle was not only to free the moon, but to heal a soul twisted by loss. Her golden eyes glowed brighter, touching Confessor's heart with warmth. The moon hovered, chained, flickering like a dying flame. Confessor hissed, "If you free the moon, I die. If you spare me, Lumina falls." Celara closed her eyes, remembering the villagers, the floating islands, and the whispers of her ancestors. She raised her hand, and her light enveloped both the moon and Confessor. "There is always another way," she said. Chains melted. The moon's glow exploded across the island, restoring life and hope. Confessor fell to her knees, tears streaming. "You saved me," she whispered. Celara smiled. Even darkness deserved a chance. The island cheered, the villagers watched in awe, and the night sky danced with shimmering. Celara descended to the island. Every village he passed saw light returning, rivers flowing and crops blooming. The boy who betrayed her now guided the villagers to repair their homes. Celara's courage inspired a movement. Even the smallest act of light can defeat the deepest shadow. The people of Luminera celebrated. Children ran, laughing under the restored moonlight. The floating island hummed with life. Celera stood on a cliff, her golden hair now glowing like the moon itself, draped over her shoulders. Even Covessa, humbled and healed, watched silently, learning the power of forgiveness. Celera was crowned the Queen of Luminera, guardian of the moon, protector of courage and hope. She did not rule with fear, but with compassion. The villagers whispered legends of her bravery. A girl who faced betrayal, storm, and darkness, and emerged radiant, unbroken, and victorious. And far above the island, the moon shone brighter than ever, a testament of truth, courage, and the golden eyes of an hero who stole the moon to save her world.